What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Joey back again with the final episode of Assassin's Creed Revelations. In the last episode, we defeated Prince Ahmet, who is the Grand Templar master behind everything. And we recaptured the 5 Masyaf keys from him. And we decoded the puzzle to gain access into Altair's library. Sophia's gonna hang back, but this is all for us. And Ezio has thought to himself about finally letting go of his assassin life. He's probably in his 50s right now, and he started when he was 17. Ever since his brothers and his father was killed, he was the only one to carry on their legacy. And we've now accessed Altair's library. We intend to find the knowledge that he has left away. I love this scene. It's beautiful.
No books. No wisdom. Just you, fratello mio. Requiescat in pace, Altair. You have seen to my books.
Yes. Some we sent with the Polos. The rest will go with me to Alexandria.
Good. Very good.
Father, I do not understand. Why did you build a library if you did not intend to keep your books?
You should go. When the Mongols return, Masyaf must be empty.
I see. This is not a library at all. It is a vault.
It must stay hidden, Darim. Far from eager hands. At least until it has passed on the secret it contains.
What secret?
Go, son. Go be with your family. And live well.
All that is good in me began with you, Father.
That was beautiful.
In much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow.
What does it tell you? What do you see?
Strange visions and messages of ones who came before, of their rise and their fall.
But what happens to us, Altair? To our family? What does the apple say?
Who were the ones who came before? What brought them here? How long ago?
Get rid of that thing!
Maria and Altair are arguing
Maria.
about the apple.
Maria? Where are you? Where is she?
Gone, Father. You do not remember? She's gone.
The apple is making him see images of his wife Maria. She was killed many years ago.
If you are asked, say I sent the apple away. Tell them I sent it to Cyprus, or Cipango, or that I dropped it into the sea. Tell them anything to keep men away from this place. This apple must not be found. Not until the time is right.
Sit a moment and rest. I feel like this will be the last time he can sit a moment.
Another artifact. No. You will stay here. I have seen enough for one life. Desmond?
He's talking to me?
I heard your name once before, Desmond. A long time ago. And now it lingers in my mind, like an image from an old dream. I do not know where you are, or by what means you can hear me. But I know you are listening. I have lived my life as best I could, not knowing its purpose, but drawn forward like a moth to a distant moon. And here at last, I discover a strange truth. That I am only a conduit for a message that eludes my understanding. Who are we who have been so blessed to share our stories like this? To speak across centuries? Maybe you will answer all the questions I have asked. Maybe you will be the one to make all this suffering worth something in the end. Now, listen.
Do you hear me, Cypher? Can you see me? Ah, there you are. Good. A strange place, this nexus of time. I am not used to the calculations. That has always been Minerva's domain. I see you still have many questions. Who were we? What became of us? What do we desire of you? You will have your answers. Only listen, and I will tell you how. Both before the end and after, we sought to save the world. We built vaults within which to work, each dedicated to a different method of salvation. They were placed underground to avoid the war which raged above, and also as a precaution should we fail in our efforts. Each vault's knowledge was transmitted to a single place. mine, Minerva's, and Juno's, to sort and sample all that was collected. We chose those solutions which held the most promise and devoted ourselves to testing their merits. 6 we tried in succession, each more encouraging than the last, but none worked. And then the world ended. The earth shook for days, the fires burned for weeks, and when the ash had settled, less than 10,000 of your kind still lived, and far fewer of ours. But we carried on, together, to rebuild, to renew. Listen, you must go there, to the place where we labored and lost. Take my words. Pass them from your head into your hands. That is how you will open the way. But be warned, much still remains in flux, and I do not know how things will end, either in my time or yours.
Wait, look, his vitals are stabilizing. Something's happening. He's moving.
Desmond, can you hear me? Son?
I know what we need to do.
And that is the ending to Assassin's Creed Revelations. I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit. I don't want to, but I have to put my final thoughts in because, like, this music, I don't want to lower because the music just sounds so amazing. Like, just listen. Tell me that when you hear that it doesn't feel like your soul just ascends it just sounds, it's just beautiful. It makes me flabbergasted. Like, I can't formulate words. It just sounds amazing, and it makes me feel like so at peace when I hear it. But I'm gonna lower the volume on the game so I can put my final thoughts in. There's a lot to explain. So, let's begin with, in the last episode, you saw Clay and Desmond together. That was the final scene they had. In that scene, Clay was kind of like talking with Desmond, saying, like, what is the man but the sum of his memories? We are the people who make our choices. We make our choices. We have to live with what the consequences are, whether they're good consequences, bad consequences. We tell our own stories. Like, it's hard to explain what he was really saying, but I sort of understand, like, the meaning behind what he was trying to say. Like, we are the people, we're the sum of our own memories. We are the ones who create our own path. And as you notice that before Clay pushed Desmond into, like, the friggin' doorway there, he gave him a big hug, and you saw both of them starting to glow. And in that moment, if I remember correctly, Clay had, like, some, I don't know, like, what he had. It was like a DNA sequence or something like that. He had something, a part of him. And when he hugged Desmond, he gave that power to Desmond. And if I'm correct, that power is what's going to be able to help them in the next game. I don't really know how to explain that part. It's so complicated for me to explain it. Like, I do as much reading as I can when it comes to these games, and when it comes to the issues, I immediately get invested into all these stories, and it's amazing. It really is. I highly recommend, if you have not played any of the Assassin's Creed series, go to your closest game store, find as many Assassin's Creed games that they have in stock, and buy them. You have got to play these games. They are fantastic. What else? So I covered the ending with Clay and Desmond. The ending that Jupiter was explaining. That old dude, that was one of the Isus, Jupiter. The three primary Isus were Jupiter, Minerva, and Juno. As Jupiter was saying, him, and Minerva and Juno were trying to figure out a way to prevent the great catastrophe from happening, which was that giant, like, earthquake that you just saw that wiped out everybody. And as he said, we were trying to, like, find a way to prevent this, because there has to be some way to stop it. And they couldn't find anything in time, and almost the entire human race was wiped out. Basically, the entire Isu race was gone. Everything was destroyed, and so they just had to rebuild and with what they had left, really. But that scene with the mother holding her baby as the fire is coming right at them, it is so gut-wrenching when you first see that. I'll be honest, when I first saw that, man, I was tearing up when I saw that. It was really sad. But yeah, like that ending was so good, though. Like, just like the story that was being told in that one big cutscene. Like, it was really amazing. And as Jupiter was saying to Desmond, we have given you these gifts or powers, or I'm not saying powers. Like, I say it like as if Desmond is like a superhero now. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. He knows what he has to do now to prevent the great catastrophe from happening a second time, which it will. So Desmond's father, William, Sean, and Rebecca, they have to go to the Isu temple and find these power sources to the temple so they can gain access and find a way to shut down, or control the Earth's gravitational pull or something like that. is very hard to explain. But like, yeah, like they have to go to the temple and stop like this great catastrophe from happening a second time. So, what else to cover? But the ending with Ezio there, when he's taking off his armor, dropping his sword, that is him saying to himself, I have seen enough for one life. I am done. I am ready to hang up the hood and sword and just live my life. And he really has seen enough for one lifetime. He's collecting countless artifacts, meeting all these powerful people that have wanted him dead for quite some time. And you get to see like this amazing story that's told, and I love it, from the first Assassin's Creed 2 game to Brotherhood to Revelations. And I know I hated playing Assassin's Creed 2, but now it was worth it to show you guys how Ezio got to where he is now. He was a young kid in Italy, didn't know anything about the assassins, was just an arrogant kid. And over the years, he met all these people that have tutored him in a way, that have taught him these skills that he has honed and crafted to become this master assassin. And he is now the mentor. Well, was before he just retired there. But yeah, he was the mentor. From like an arrogant kid to mentor, that is a huge leap, and it's something that he does not take for granted. Like, he knows like his place in the assassins, and he trusts his assassin brothers and sisters. It's a wonderful story that is told. Altair, oh my God, Altair. That's why he is one of the reasons why it's a kind of hard to decide who is the master assassin, whether it's Ezio or Altair. Because Altair started out as an assassin, I think, when he was like 24, 22, somewhere around that age frame. And he just lived as an assassin from like 24, 22, all the way until his death. That is commitment to the creed and to the brotherhood. That is who Altair is. That is the only life he has known. He's an assassin through and through. And like the parallels that you can see between Altair and Ezio and Desmond, it's really interesting. You guys also saw the Desmond Miles like journey episode. It's like that was Desmond basically explaining his life story from a small kid growing up on a farm, waking up early in the morning, doing like chores around the farm, going to church service or whatever he was doing. Then as he got older, his parents started to tell him about the assassins and the Templars, and Desmond's all confused, like, this is nonsense. I don't believe any of this superstitious bull crap. It's nothing. But they kept trying to train him and teach him, and he eventually gave in. He was like, all right, fine, I'll do my best here. And eventually it just all became too much for Desmond, and he was like, you know what? I want out. I'm done. I don't believe any of this. You guys are panicking way too much. I'm gone. He ran away, and I think he said he went to Chicago for a little bit. And then he ran into one guy. He was like, you want to make something happen? Go to New York City, man. That's where everyone makes anything happen. So he went there, became a bartender, and that was when Abstergo caught him and basically forced him to go into the Animus. And at that moment, he wished he remembered all the training that his parents had given him, but he just didn't care at that point, so it never stuck with him. But in that moment when he was captured, he was like, I really wish I remembered the training. I wish I listened more. I wish I paid attention to what they were telling me. But by that point, it was too late. Oh, what else to cover? Covered Altair, covered Clay and Desmond, covered the Isus, the Great Catastrophe. Trying to remember. When I first played through this game, I was so invested into the Assassin's Creed games. The first two games that I got in the series was Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Over the years, I started trying to find the other ones in stores, and I found the Ezio collection. I was like, I don't exactly like that gameplay, but I'll give it a shot. And besides Assassin's Creed 2, the other games were a lot of fun. And so when I finally finished Revelations, I didn't know what to do because it left it on a giant cliffhanger because Desmond wakes from his coma and he's like, I know what we have to do. And then it just ends and you're like, what? What do you have to do? What do you do? I don't understand. What's going on? And it sucks because everything concludes in Assassin's Creed 3. For Desmond's story anyway. But everything concludes in his story in Assassin's Creed 3. So I didn't have Assassin's Creed 3 at the time, so I was so disappointed but also laughing a little bit at the situation. I was like, oh, come on, I want to know what happens, but I don't have the game, and it was a lot of emotions in that first time finishing Revelations. What else? I don't know what's next for the next game that I'm gonna play. It might be Assassin's Creed 3, I don't know yet. I kind of want to take a break from the Assassin's Creed games a little bit. I don't know if I want to take the break now or finish Assassin's Creed 3 and then take a break with a different game. I don't know yet. I'll take that into some consideration about what I want to play next. What else? There is a small 20-minute clip of Ezio's life after Revelations. I may want to do a reaction video to that. It's only about like 20 minutes, 30 minutes long, the whole scene, the whole thing. So I may want to watch that, and it is available on the Ezio collection, so I can just bring it up and just watch it with you guys, and it'll be a lot of fun. I think I'll do that. But you'll have to wait until the next episode for it. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I hope you are just enjoying the content that I'm producing. If you have any suggestions on what you want me to play or any story videos you might want to hear, please put them in the comments. That's the great thing about this YouTube channel of mine, is that you guys get to see me make the content that you guys like. You guys get to see me adapt and evolve over the years now. Like, you're gonna see so much change. Eventually you're gonna see the evolution of this channel from just a small thing to eventually one day be a huge operation, and I hope that's what I can achieve. I know it's going to take some time, but this is something that I love doing, and as long as you find something that you love doing, you'll be able to make it much bigger than you ever imagined. And I'm already a step ahead of that. I'm going to be doing a work term at my college course, and it has to do with content creation and content management, anything that relates to like videos or displaying the content that you're trying to make. I'm not sure if it's just going to be like a YouTube thing, or if it's, I don't know what the job description will entail, but I am starting to look for careers in that specific area in a specific field of work with content creating. Hopefully this stuff here will provide some knowledge for my work term, and hopefully I can take what I can from my work term and apply it to the YouTube channel. Once again, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell. I've said before, doesn't cost a dime, a nickel, a cent. Completely free to subscribe, and you guys get to enjoy the content that I can produce for you. Share with your friends and family, please share with your friends and family. I know there are tons of people out there that love the Assassin's Creed series. If you have a buddy at work, or maybe you have a friend at college, high school, wherever, and be like, hey, I got a friend, I know a guy who's making Let's Plays about Assassin's Creed, why don't you check him out? Like, it's really just, it's just something big that I really want to make, something that I want to make flourish, I guess, for lack of a better word. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. Like I said, I'll probably watch the little 20-minute video with Ezio, and I'll have that be like a reaction video, so you guys can look forward to that. Hope you guys enjoyed the series. I want to say thank you one more time, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.